Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. AEW Dynamite review. This is June 17th, 2026, Dynamite review. And a pretty good Dynamite show. It was in Texas, it was here in Texas, Sugarland, Texas, like that. Went out there and had a crazy show. It was in Houston, basically. They went out there and had a crazy show. But the match of the night, the moments of the night was definitely, in my opinion, Mercedes versus Hazuki. That was very good. The second showing against each other, and Mercedes went out there and she got a victory against her. Back and forth match. It went on for a good while. I thought that should have been the main event. I guess they put it in the middle of the show like that. It definitely keep people locked in. But it should have been main event right there. That right there was very good. And Mercedes Moné, advancing to the finals for back-to-back years, kind of like how Hangman Page did. Remember, the year before that, he lost to Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson went on to win the world title. Then the following year, he got to the finals, and then that's how he actually won. And he went on to win the world title. So now we see Mercedes Moné, another person who gets back-to-back appearances in the Owen Hart Cup tournament finals. Last year she fell short. Last year she won the whole thing, but she fell short to win the title at All In Texas, here in Dallas. Well, not Dallas. It was in Arlington. Same thing like that here. And then you see this year getting to the finals, and now her opponent could be either Athena or it could be Maya World. Maya World is a student of Athena, like that. Both from Dallas, representing our city, like that. Both from Dallas, like that as well. So we'll see that match happen on Collision. I have a video coming out after that match too. But yeah, it was a very good match between those two, like that. Hard hitting, striking as well, back and forth. Battle between two individuals who kind of have not I won't say a similar style, but kind of similar in like in viciousness a little bit, because like Hazuki has a lot of hard hitting like style to her like that. Mercedes Moné being a little different now. She used to be her style used to be a little different, which was in WWE and stuff like that. But ever since she left, she kind of been more like vicious like that, doing a lot more things as well like that. So seeing that side right there is very cool to see the strong style versus those two back and forth. And she finally got her to tap out like that, put her in the submission. So we'll see if she can find a way to defeat Athena or Maya World like that. It's gonna be a very good showing. I think Maya World, I don't think she ever faced Maya World before, so like that. So if you see Maya World as an underdog like that, getting there, that'd be interesting. Or if it's Athena who she has faced, she defeated last year in the Owen Hart Cup. But I think this time Athena is a little different as well too. Athena, Mercedes Moné took a little break. I know she got some victories in the Owen Hart Cup tournament, but you see how much it's taken out of her to win these Owen Hart Cup tournament things. Athena, she has never stopped. She's been world champion forever, like that, Ring of Honor world champion. So I think it'll be a different result this time. They both match up against each other. But we know it's gonna have Tekla versus Starlight Kid. That'll be a match that happened at Forbidden Door. Zack Sabre Jr. He did appear tonight. To face off against Kenny, and him and Kenny will be fighting at Forbidden Door for the first time in like 8 years. So we have them out there. They also have the 6-man match. Other 6-man match gonna have a lot more of the like a mixture of New Japan and Sima Lel and stuff like that, kind of in the match like that for the cage match. Though I said Forbidden Door shouldn't be a pay-per-view every year, because I know when it first happened, it was cool and stuff, seeing all the cool dream matches we've seen and stuff as well. But then after a while, you kind of gotta force it together a little bit. You gotta force some stuff together. And this year they kind of did a little better job than they did last year, adding some stuff like that with some of the storyline things. But I feel like it's kind of like just a regular pay-per-view type thing. So I feel like they might need to. Maybe skip. Every other year I do a Forbidden Door like that. So maybe mix some things up too. But we'll see how things kind of go with this right here. The IWGP World Champion. I don't know if he's gonna be on the card or not. Cause I think he's like he don't want to defend it or something like that. He was saying something. He was like on a little Twitter rant or something like that, saying he don't want to defend it or some other stuff he was saying. So I don't know if he'll be on the card or not. I don't know if that's just part of his character stuff or what he's doing like that. But we'll see if they add any more matches. They have to next week, so they could add another match on there. Copeland and Cage will be fighting the Dogs at Forbidden Door. So that'd be an interesting match to see between those two. They came back and return, get some revenge a little bit like that, but they still haven't got the full revenge like that. So they're going to be going against the Dogs, and we'll see how they kind of go about it. I think it's for tag team titles. So it'll be their first title defense as tag team champions. So we'll see how that kind of works a little bit. We don't know how long Cope has or Christian has like that, as like being competitors like that. So enjoy them while we can. Edge my favorite wrestler. Edge when Edge retired, it was like in 2011, right? That's 11, 12ish. He retired. I was like almost about to be a teenager. Seeing him retire, been gone for a long time. Then he came back and stuff. So it's been very fun. Everything he's doing, I've been watching everything he's doing like that. because it could be this is his last run like that. But this time he gets to control his destiny like that. So we'll see how this run go with him and Christian. You know, the storyline for them building back up to being partners was very cool. So we'll see where it takes us. We also seen MJF. You know, he cut a promo at the beginning of the show. He was saying a lot of different things, calling out different opponents that was coming for the title. He didn't mention Kenny Omega. He said, "Hey," he said, "you don't have no redemption." And we know redemption. It's a pay-per-view coming out. It's gonna be I think next month, right? Redemption. It's gonna be in, you know, I think it's in Montreal, right? I think Canada. It's in Canada, but I think it's Montreal. Toronto is one of those places. I think they're gonna be there. So maybe we might see a Kenny Omega versus MJF match. Kenny Omega has lost both matches to MJF. He lost to him on Collision from years back. That's when he had the vertical locus, you know, on his body like that too. He was like breaking down and stuff. And then he lost to him. That was what pay-per-view was that? That was a few months ago. That Revolution? That Revolution, I think. I think it was Revolution. Where pay-per-view that happened? I think it was a few weeks ago. We seen that happen like that a few months ago. I think a few months ago like that. But he lost to him. That was this year. You know, he lost to him in the end like that, and was able to beat him. He's I kicked out of the one-winged angel, even though it took the referee. The referee to run out there. You know, he got hit the one-winged angel, and the referee had to literally run from the back because one referee got knocked out. Then he was able to pin, and so he kicked out of it. So technically, he kind of didn't kick out. But yeah, we're gonna see what kind of happens with that. Can make a good opportunity for that? We know Will Ospreay and Swerve faced off, and you know it was very intense between the two. You know, Will Ospreay like, "Hey, where are you, Swerve?" We were always watching it like that too as well. We were watching it happen. That's what we kept saying. I was like, "Where's Swerve at?" So I Swerve's like coming out their hip like that, and then you just see Will Ospreay getting beat up like that in the cage, and then also in All In too, we got beat up too. And Swerve came out after the hip too, so he was like asking him that question, and then things got heated up, and then you know Swerve. I don't know what Swerve said. They bleeped it out. I think he might have said too many F words, but they bleeped it out on one little segment of like that by a good 8 seconds, and then Swerve talked about Will Ospreay fragile neck. That's right there is the triggering point. Every time somebody mentions his neck like that, because he feel like that's a weakness too as well like that. And, you know, kind of like trying to overcome that. And he attacks Swerve, and Swerve about to attack him back. But Death Riders is out there. He's like, "Hey, you said I changed. You have changed too, because you got the Death Riders with you like that. You got guys who broke your neck out there working with you like that too." And Will Ospreay is kind of losing it more and more over the edge like that. If he loses his own Hard Cup tournament thing, he might turn crazy like that a little bit too. So we'll see what happens with him. But yeah, that's kind of most of the stuff I want to talk about. Brody Doe did get a victory against Death Riders. They did come back. Like that as a team, a victory. And Bandido will be fighting Monster, I think, for the Continental Championship as well. I think it's well to have a match with them. So we got some cool stuff too that happened. So the main event, of course, was that they did basically a preview of what's to come next Sunday for the pay-per-view thing. So we've seen a lot of different things. Team MJF won as well. So yeah, we're probably expecting Team Mark Briscoe to win at Forbidden Door. That'll be a crazy match. It's gonna be inside the cage, so it's gonna be all type of stuff going on. It's typically a triple main event. So I guess both Owen Hart Cup tournaments, a winner matches, and then that cage match too. And you got Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr. You got Starlight Kid versus Tekla. So you got some main event matches going on. So we'll see what happens. But that's all I have for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.